How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of collab goodness, kinda sorta, in the form of Other Half brewing Monkish beers, because that's a thing. Water Balloon Fight Club, yeah. This is part of that Freaky Friday series from Other Half. For those that don't know what Freaky Friday is, one, that makes me old, and two, that makes you not old. There was a movie, I think it wasn't that, was Freaky Friday the one with... there was like... Let's put it this way. During the 80s and early 90s, there was this kind of... let's switch bodies kind of thing happening in movies. A bunch of different movies came out where an adult became a kid or switch bodies. Big is the big one with Tom Hanks. But it was Freaky Friday, and I think it was Fred Savage and the dude from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, or the close stalker from Seinfeld, Judge Reinhold. I think that's the one I'm talking about. Anyway, and basically they switch bodies. And that's basically what Other Half has been doing. And they kind of spurned this kind of, I believe it was the Other Half thing. And they spurred this kind of series where other breweries brew each other's beers, whether it be, Other Half brewing Trillium or Trillium brewing Other Half. But this is the Monkish version of this Monkish beer. So we're going to be doing that, their Water Balloon Fight Club. But over here we have the Other Half kind of fuckduggery version of that Other Half HDHC series, which is the High Density Hop Charge series. So basically they have Monkish recipe over here, brewed by Other Half. Then we have the same recipe over here that was brewed by Other Half, and they give it their HDHC kind of treatment. So yeah, a lot of words. It's an 8.5, I believe it was. 8.4% alcohol by volume. Semi-collab. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. Keith came over, dropped off a couple social distancing beers. We're actually going to hang out and chug a couple beers in person. But we want to do it socially responsibly. Even though both of us are kind of not really hanging out with anybody but ourselves. So we want to do it outside. But it was like torrential downpours all day today up here in North Jersey, so we couldn't really do it today. So we dropped off some beers because Keith is Keith, and Keith is awesome. And I said, you know what, I'll save these for another day. And then I got a hankering for doing a review. So here we go. I mean, it look exactly like the same beer. A little bit of Dirty Glass Mafia. Let's give it a couple taps to see what's what. They look exactly the same. I mean, the head over here is a little bit bigger, but that's because I poured it a little bit different, is what it is. Label-wise, it's okay. A little bit different what Monkish does, but yeah, your little original Fight Club coloring over here. You got that green, because hops mean green over here. So yeah, we're off to a predictable start. Let's put it that way. Let's get a nose. Yeah, I mean, she just has that nice, rich, danky tropical fruit kind of hoppiness. A little bit of diacetyl, a little bit of buttery vibes. Nothing too crazy. But she smells like a nice New England style hazy with a touch of a little bit of bittering. Tropical fruit leaning. Hops are coming up. A little bit of green. A little bit of buttery vibes. Done and done. Let's see what this high density hop charge comes up with. See, now, if I don't love this one, I don't know what's wrong with me. Because, I think of this high density hop charge, I think it's going to be something super aggressive, super in your face. What I'm getting over here is that super lush green grassiness. I'm talking about, like, every now and then I talk about that lawnmower, where, like, just, you're walking behind a lawnmower and it's just, like, shooting the clippings into your face. And a lot of times it's like, you're walking in a lawn and the lawn's okay, but they kind of left it get a little shitty, so there's a little bit of crabgrass, a little bit of weeds, whatever. No, this is like golf course level, high-end, super soft, like typically from upper northeast kind of greenness. Lush, straight green grassiness, nothing as far as dankiness, nothing as far as resinous, just soft, lush, vegetal greeniness in the most positive way possible. So I like this over here. It's what you'd expect from your classic New England style IPA with a little bit more bittering, but over here you get that green grassiness, which makes me just love it more. And I don't get diacetyl over here. I don't get that little bit of buttery vibe, so we'll see what's what. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. These are like a day old, by the way. That's fucking delicious. I mean, I had that soft, buttery vibe. And then this nice kind of, okay, it's a good New England style IPA, soft little bitter. Everything is elevated, and that buttery vibe is not there in any form or fashion. Now, hyper green could be masking that. I don't care because it's tasty. Super soft, luscious mouthfeel. It just stampedes into this huge tropical fruitiness. It is just all the parts of the mango, all the parts of that melon. Soft little peach vibes thrown around. Not much citrus in there, but I kind of dig it. And actually, that little subtle grassy thing kind of peeks its head out over here. You get a little bit of bite of hot pellet green on top of that. Done and done. The mouthfeel and just the overall vibe of the luscious richness of the beer is the most surprising part over here. Not that other half hasn't done that before, but, the nose didn't lead me to believe that. Let's see how this sucker does. I don't even want to talk anymore. That green grass thing, that vegetal, and I call it vegetal because it's almost like, I want to call it chlorophyll. That's how green it is. And it's like this organic green. It's this fruit juice green. Not fruit juice, like vegetable juice. Like if you juiced like kale and cucumber and a bunch of different like really green fruits and then made beer out of that water. That's kind of the way the green comes off here. And I've gotten that from beers, randomly throughout the years. I just drank one. Where did I go? I think it was a Hill Farmstead Double Ruaka. Gave me a bit of that. There was this brewery. I forget the name of it. God damn, it's going to piss me off so much. So there's a brewery up in like Connecticut. It's Vermont, Connecticut area. Small farm brewery. A viewer sent me crowlers of their stuff maybe about 2-3 years ago, and he was a farmer, and basically he got a whole spent grain from this brewery, and he's like, I really like them, I'd love to send you some of their beers. And I had their beers and I fucking loved them because it just reeked of this big grassy green component, and it just made me so happy. And that's the one that really kind of set me off on that path of loving that luscious kind of chlorophyll-y kind of grassy greeniness. That's exactly what you're getting over here. I mean, these are two world-class, absolutely fantastic Hazie IPAs. And while you sit over here and drink this, and you're like, oh, this is fucking delicious. A little bit of that sharp hot pellet green. And then that rich kind of tropical fruitiness that doesn't get heavy-handed. Nothing here is overtly sweet, even though they're sweet beers. You're like, okay, this is fucking delicious. As you could tell from me going from the nose to the actual taste. But once I get over here, good God, I get that fucking lawnmower to the motherfucking face of rich, decadent, luscious, creamy. All the adjectives belong to us. Chlorophyll-y greenness. That's one way to call it. That it is absolutely fantastic. I mean, listen, I've had my fair share of other half. And, I've had my ups and downs with other half. Early on when I started doing beer reviews several years ago, take it or leave it. It was the kind of thing. I dug their beers, but some are hits, some are misses. And they've really grown on me leaps and bounds. And they just keep getting better and better. And it's been a while since I've had some other half, with COVID going on, not traveling all that much. It's just not a beer I really kind of get unless someone drops them on me like Keith did tonight. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's one of those rare side-by-sides where this one loses, but it's still a winner. It's still a winner. I know that sounds like PC culture right now, like everybody wins, but no, it's like I don't know how to say it. It's like, I don't know. It's like you have a competition with your friends who can make the most money in a year, and you make 1 billion and this guy makes 1.5 billion, and be like, you're a fucking loser. No, you're not, dude. You're like the best second place in the history of mankind, and that's kind of how this beer lands for me. So yeah, delicious, fantastic, exactly what I dig about it. And here's the weird part about it. I'm not the biggest Monkish guy, so I haven't had a monkish beer that has really kind of made my titties hard. This would do that, but it's still its other half making that beer, so you don't know if that's what they would have produced, and that's the conundrum. I wish I had that third beer here of the monkish version of that just to test out. Anyway, so yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. But over here, it has that green portion, which I covet so much, and which I get so rarely. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The kind of haziness I love. There you go. So now we got to do it for science, because science matters. There you go. I like the one on the left better. It's not going to get that bad. Can't get any worse, can it? Here I am spilling shit. Mystery beers. That's why I like mystery beers, because they come with cleaning swabs. Anyway, let's see if we can get a nose. I mean, it is meeting exactly in the middle, because I'm getting that green portion. It's not nearly as big. There's a little bit of, just a skosh more of that kind of hot pelletiness. Yeah, let's dive in. Cheers. That does not suck. It does not suck. I would take, it's literally half and half. You're getting that green chlorophyll-y vegetal thing over here. It's just slightly more muted. You're taking a little bit of that green, elevating slightly. Obviously, it's the same beer. Obviously, I did a different kind of hop charge, as I would put it, high-density hop charge on it. It's just a lesser version of that. So it's really, I don't think it's not a better beer. It's not a worse beer. It's just not as vibrant as that HDHC version, but absolutely fantastic. Some of the better haze I've had as of late. Let's talk about it. Yes, it is. It's one of the better hazies, either of them. This is Mount Rushmore status over here. This wants to be, and it's very, very close. Value and availability, I don't know. Keith, let me know what's what, and leave you with, if you like what, will you like these? If you like good haze, if you like the best kind of haze, you'll like these. So there you go. I mean, it's really, if you like coveted haze, that green thing that I covet so much that only a certain amount of breweries kind of do, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of the other half right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.